We also have news about crypto from Crypto Weary. We'll talk about XRP ETF applications and where some of the bigger companies are this time. I'm going to tell you what I think about why they haven't filed yet. We'll also compare XRP to Bitcoin, since that's what most XRP boomers are talking about. Finally, I wanted to say a few things about Australia. It's been a while since Ripple and the Australia Central Bank worked together on CBDC technology. I'd like to show you some facts about that. Let's start this way. More customers today. XYZ announced that they will be adding the Ripple RLT stablecoin. At the launch in May, they'll start with XRP. We're excited to have them on the show as a guest. In other words, more DeFi is being added to the record for XRP. I just saw this movie clip. Crypt and Smoke Dog have only talked about market trends in the 4-year pattern so far. When we talk about this, I know that many of you who watch my live shows think that the 4-year cycle won't be around for this cycle. We'll talk about that right away. What do you think? I'll play this for them and then tell you what I think. People always want to know when I'm going to sell. When people are asked what the best answer is, they often say just sell when the market was up in the past. I don't think that's quite right, because that works sometimes and won't in the future. What drives crypto now will be very different from what drives it in the future. How will it move forward? It will be used and benefited in this way, and people will recognize it. This will lead to a real shift of wealth. Could you say for sure that we won't follow the 4-year cycle anymore? If not, we can say don't, which means I don't think we will. Would you say that the cryptocurrency market is moving from being based on a 4-year cycle to one that is based on uses and utility? If so, do you think that the 4-year cycle may be over? Bitcoin, I have no question that we are leaving the 4-year pattern behind. A lot of information. There's a lot of proof that this cycle is not at all like cycles that have come before. That's it. Mostly because big investors like national wealth funds are taking part. In the past, trends were only affected by guesswork. You can call them retail investors, but there are thousands of millionaires who aren't retail investors. It's also not true that they run the world's biggest governmental bodies. Now, the biggest regulators in the world are finally getting involved with and managing the crypto market. Most of the big players in this market have never been there before, but they are now. That's interesting. Have you guys thought about whether this is a new bear market or if things will only get better from here on out? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to say what I think I heard in the 13. I don't really know what 4-year patterns were back then. It's hard for me to believe that the market will only keep going up for another 10 or 20 years. It's clear that I think there will be cycles. Really, what would happen if the US went into a recession? One of the biggest banks in the world is getting into crypto. But what will happen to the crypto market if the US goes into recession? Will it still be at all-time highs when no one is investing in the stock market or crypto? I don't think we're there yet. I think we will still be in the 4-year loop. If we can get out of this cycle, I think it will be the next one. It seems like I don't agree with that based on what I'm learning. We're still here when either of these guys says they're done with this 4-year cycle. That's fine with me. If I'm wrong, I'll make a movie about it. But for now, I don't think they're right. We're not there yet. There need to be rules in place before these banks and other US businesses can really start dealing with crypto. That's not yours, and you don't know when it will be passed. After tomorrow, you don't even know if it will be used. Does it begin on June 26, or do we have to wait until July 27, 2027? As for whether or not these institutions will deal with crypto, if it's not controlled, I'm not sure. I think they will wait until the rules of the road are really clear. Pieces as number of stock markets such as ProShares, WisdomTree, CoinShares, Gayscale, Franklin Templeton, Shares of Volatility, both MEX, and Tuckrium have different kinds of stocks. I was looking for someone who wasn't there. What companies are involved in the Bitcoin ETF but haven't filed a spot XRP ETF yet? How should we find groups to join this? For example, BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager, so it makes sense that they would start iShares Trust, Bitcoin Trust, which has since grown to become the largest spot Bitcoin ETF by assets. Next is Fidelity. Being trustworthy is a good start. Bitcoin Fund is another great Bitcoin exchange traded fund ETF. It is run by one of the largest and most trusted banks in the world. That's why we need Valkyrie Venek, the global expando. There is BlackRock, Fidelity, and Invesco. We'd love to see all of these big companies get into XRP spot ETFs. Also, customers of the four biggest US banks, Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, and UBS, will soon be able to buy Bitcoin ETFs on the spot. This doesn't apply to the companies that make the ETFs. Merrill Lynch works for Bank of America right now, and Wells Fargo has teamed up with Ripple, UBS linked to Ripple. Seeing how these groups are connected is interesting. Next, I really wanted to know how much money each group had put into this Bitcoin ETF. The whole list is right here on the screen for me. They paid $64 billion, 0 cents. You can see that more than $120 billion, 0 cents has been put into $10 to $25 billion can be put into an XRP ETF. What does this mean for the XRP price? There is a 1x multiplier, a 25x multiplier, a 50x multiplier, and a 100x multiplier here. If we can get about $100 billion, 0 cents in ETFs in the next 3 to 5 years, XRP could hit $100, 0 cents. Is that possible? I really believe this only goes for ETFs. The tokenization of financial goods isn't part of this, right? Let's say they use RLUSD or XRP to handle trillions of dollars every day. It has nothing to do with it. So let's look at XRP next to Bitcoin. Everyone keeps telling us that blockchain is the best technology in the world. Right now, it's just a way to keep money safe. If you only listen to someone who supports Bitcoin, you will hear how they've changed their mind or how they feel about it. They will only say that Bitcoin is a safe way to store money. The cloud is a safe place to keep your money. But this technology will be used for a lot more than that. It will change how people make deals, move money, and buy and sell things without the need for a third party that has been charging trillions of dollars in fees for decades. These are some of the ways that people can save money when they use digital assets. These are some general facts for Bitcoin and XRP. The start dates and times for 2009 and 2012 are shown below. Who set it off? The XRP ledger is a way to send money to other people and keep value, settle foreign disputes and send small amounts of money, make digital money into tokens, and make sure the value of coin stays fixed. Then you can buy things in the real world. That stuff would have to be written all the way down here. But one word that fits Bitcoin is safety deposit. A lot of people think Bitcoin is worth more than money. You may believe that something is valuable if it helps more people. How to buy and sell XRP market cap